Hello everyone, Sai here with another YouTube video. I know it's been a while, but there was not really PoE content during the last year, so now I decided to make more videos. I wanted to start with the Sanctum Rusher, because I had the PoB still laying around. I know Sanctum got nerfed, but I think it's still a very reliable way to farm currency on the first day and the first couple of days maybe. I think the tomes, especially in hardcore, the tomes were pretty expensive on Settlers Leaguestarter. They costed like 15 to 20 C per tome. I think those tomes will be way cheaper. If they are not, maybe the strategy won't be viable, but I mean, I think they will be cheaper. Yeah, so I think for especially beginners, you just need to learn one mechanic, Sanctum, and you can make reliable money, so that's why I wanted to do this build guide, although there are some Sanctum nerfs. Okay, let's start with the build guide. For that we will go to the PoB. You will start as a Templar. You will first get the life nodes, and then you will, after that, you get all the offensive nodes. Take these nodes, then these nodes, and then rush towards the Fire Mastery, which will be huge damage buff. Until the end of Act 3, you will use Rolling Magma with Flame Wall and Holy Flame Totem as damage skills. I have a whole note section with detailed information about every act, what skills you will use, what the links are, what auras you will use. For example, in Act 2, you will start using Arctic Armor, which will make you freeze immune. And then in Act 3, you will switch to Determination, and especially after you hit the mana reservation nodes. At the end of Act 3, you will swap to the brand swap with Armageddon brand and Cremation. You will swap to this setup at the end of Act 3. You should kill Dominos with the Armageddon brand Cremation setup. Then in early Act 4 or late Act 3, you will do the first lap, and the first points will be Battle Mage. Once you have Battle Mage, all you need to do is pick up rare weapons, doesn't matter what type, and see if there's like high numbers of damage on them. And if there is, you can use them. You can maybe still craft added flat fire spell damage to the item to make it even better, but that will be a huge damage boost. You will level with that setup until the end of the campaign. If you want, you can, in Act 8, you can farm a little bit of June. If you want to do that, I highly recommend to get these Chaos Resistance nodes, so Tora or June won't kill you. And also make sure to use Determination for sure. That way you can get some decent gear, and you need to level to either 68 or 70, depending how confident you feel, before you do the quest Sanctum. And also, once you are level 60, you will start buying heist contracts. It's all in the notes here. Don't run the contracts yet, but keep buying them. You can buy them for Orb of Chance. If you don't have Orb of Chances, you can convert your fusings to Orb of Chances. And then once you are almost done with the campaign, you can start running the heist contracts, demolition and lockpicking. Those will give you the currency you need to buy the demanded gear. You need Laura's Lantern, Malachi Similar, Ghost Wraith, Carnage Heart, Sintrak Boots, Kalissa's Grace. But you can also see this in this setup, Malachi Similar Sanctum setup. You can see all the gear that you need. You also want like energy shield with maybe a little bit of life, some resistances, maybe some crit chance. The ring should amethyst ring, preferable with cast speed on it, and maybe some strength. For the belt, you will go for a strength belt with maybe some strength on it, some resistances. Also make sure, but it's also in the notes, that you help Alira. Elemental resistances is kinda a tough spot with this build because you use so many uniques. As you can see, a lot of uniques with no resistances. Once you are like level 68, you will swap the tree, which is a little bit more offensive. Make sure you have this cluster for stun avoidance and recovery. You want to have very high, if not capped, chaos resistance. You can these nodes, and this node will give you some elemental resistances to help you capped. If you are like overcapped, you can skip these two nodes and pick more aggressive nodes. For example, these two nodes instead of these nodes. And yeah, then you made it. You swap your gear. Let's go back to Path of Exile again, and I will make a showcase run. Your end stat should be around 700 to 800 unreserved life. So you will be low life, and then with the buff on, you should have almost 3000 energy shield, something like that. The lightning golem I like to use. It makes you faster, gives you some damage, and then the anime guardian. We'll use the normal stuff, the mask, clear cast mask, and the iron staff. Let me see if I have one here. Yeah, the dying breath staff is the important item, and then the Lear cast mask. This one. Those are the important items on the Anime Guardian. The rest will just be to cover the resistances, chaos and elemental resistances. If you don't know how to make an Anime Guardian, in one of my earlier videos I demonstrated how to make an Anime Guardian. Okay, let's do the Sanctum now. I had to level to 70 because I didn't have a lower level penance brand laying around, but I will do a level 70 tome instead of a level 68 tome instead, so I think that's fair. I don't have any relics, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, if you know how to run Sanctums, you can skip here. I will make another video for the mapping variant, how to progress to high yellow tier maps with this setup. It needs some other passive. It's all in the POB still, also the mapping variant. But it's hardcore viable. I will demonstrate in the next video how mapping feels like. And the caveat is that it's meant to do like high tier yellow maps, but it's not made to push into high red tier maps while being hardcore friendly. I did it, but yeah, it's not the smoothest. So if you want to progress further than that, you would need to switch to another meta Inquisitor build. But I think this build setup with Sanctum and after you unlock the Atlas passive tree to high yellow tier maps, you can do like Alva temple farming in tier 1 maps or blighted maps, tier 6 blighted maps to farm decent currency, and then you can switch to whatever build you want to play as an Inquisitor. So that's my reasoning why this is still a really good League starter. But yeah, you can't push this build into high red tier maps. If you want to push to high red tier maps with this build, you would need to switch to the Ivory Tower Barbala build, but that needs a coruscating elixir flask, and I only recommend going hardcore with coruscating elixir flask if you know what you're doing, because it requires you to avoid delirium, it requires you to avoid tormented spirits. You always have to push the flask, otherwise you will die. So yeah, it's a big risk, especially for new players, so that's why I not recommend it for hardcore. For softcore, totally viable. You maybe die a few times, but that's fine, and you will have insane damage early on. So yeah, that's very good. But okay, let's start the Sanctum run for people who are not familiar with Sanctum, in Sanctum you have to progress 4 floors, and each floor has like 8 rooms and 1 boss at the end. And since you really need high damage for Sanctums to make it feel good, that's why this build is so offensive. And you have reward rooms, which give you currency rewards. Then you have coin rewards, which you will need to spend for buffs, which are called boons. Then there are afflictions, and they are marked as this purple frame, which are detrimental. For example, here the cost of buffs will be increased by 50%. And the reward of this room would be a fountain, which gives you, in this case, resolve back. You won't, you will fail the Sanctum if the resolve is reaching 0. There are ways to manipulate your resolve. There's another thing called inspiration, which just works as resolve. And you also fail the Sanctum if your character dies, but that is very unlikely. Yeah, let's start. Oh, one more thing. I also highly recommend using kindling orbs on your flasks. You won't have the uptime of 100%, but every now and then you can press them and it will feel good. You just put 2 brands and then they will kill. And as you see, this guy also got killed. And you want to be moving all the time, so you won't get hit. So that's the playstyle. You just put down your penance brand and then just keep leaf slamming and frost blinking. You want to avoid afflictions. That's like the highest priority. Then the second priority would be getting buffs from certain shrines or the merchant. For that you need gold. So gold rewards early on is also good. Early on I wouldn't really focus on rewards. Currency rewards. Just make yourself a stronger character with buffs and avoiding afflictions. This guy always is elusive. Oh, there's one more that I forgot. Haven't done Sanctum in a while. Another one of those. Sanctum is also really good XP wise, so you will level quite well. And yeah, if you have no choice, don't even think about it. I will read the other rooms when I'm there. As you can see, this is very easy. Just put the penance brand down and then leaf slam around. There are 3 different room types. This is an arena where you fight like all the guys. Then there's a room type where you have to find the exit. We will for sure get one of those rooms at some point. And then this first room was kill all the guards, but it's not like an arena with a trap. So the arena is always with a trap, and the other kill room is without a trap, and then there's the find the exit rooms. This affliction is actually really good because it goes away after the floor, so I will take that. This is a boss room. Oh, this is the final room that exists. You have to kill all the guys there, and in the middle there's a safe spot. I missed it because I was talking, but so you have to kill all the surrounding guys. You don't have to kill the middle guy. Okay, I lost some resolve, and now the shrine will actually help me recover this resolve. That's nice. This is a find the exit room, so I don't have to kill anything. Just can quickly progress this room. You don't know where the exit is. It's one of the corners. If the corner doesn't have the exit, it has a gold chest reward, which you can take or not. Oh, I didn't recover resolve because of the affliction. Oh, that's fine. I have enough for one buff, one boon, so I will take this one. Of course, this would be chaos, which is also really good, of course. Yeah, you have to make that decision yourself, but in my opinion, boons first is always better. Because later you can get the better rewards, and it's very important that you succeed the run, so that's the highest priority in my opinion. For flasks, yeah, I would get like a onslaught flask, quicksilver flask, and then maybe some other flask. You could honestly go 2 quicksilver and 2 onslaught flasks. That would be perfectly fine. For the items that drop, I would only ID rings, maybe heavy belts. No, let's see. Okay, so for beginners, I would highly recommend getting this boon first, because it will give you a lot of inspiration. I'm confident, so I will go for the offensive damage buff. Between these 2 afflictions, cannot avoid resolve lost. This is based on your evasion. We have very low evasion, so this doesn't matter to us. No, excuse me. And this is another find the exit room. You just jump around, ignore everything. And I get the chest rewards here. Afflictions that reduce your damage are really bad. Then afflictions that reduce your visions are also not good. And then afflictions that increase the resolve loss that you take is also not good, of course. Yeah, I'm leveling Val Arc on offhand because I will use that for the mapping demonstration. While you're mapping, you will use Val Arc and Arc for clear, and then Penance Brand of Dissipation for the single target. This is a very good shrine. It removes an affliction, gives you a buff, and gives you 250 inspiration, which is like 250 extra resolve. But there are 2 afflictions, which is not really good. Handshakes, I will take that and explain what a handshake is. This is another find the exit, so you just jump around, ignore everything. Okay, so an handshake gives you 1 upside and 1 downside. This is actually something which is very nice. So I have 300 resolve. I can sacrifice 200 for 100 inspiration, which is of course not a best deal. But then I can use this empty space of resolve and take this major boon here. I lose 50% of my maximum resolve, but that doesn't matter because, yeah, I don't have that resolve anyway. And you can also recover that resolve with shrines and stuff like that. So let's see. Less damage is not good. This is also a really bad affliction. Since I don't have the resolve anyways, I can take this one. If you're really new, this strategy might be a little bit risky because, like, I ended up having 150 less resolve, like hit points, compared to the beginning. But the upside is that I got a major boon. My major boon, I didn't. This is a really good one. The first hit, like I rarely get hit, right? But the first time I get hit, it's completely avoided the loss of resolve. So that's really good. There are gold major boons. There are All-Seeing Eye, which reveals all the rooms, which is very nice. And yeah, this is also very bad affliction. Avoid this at all costs, because then you can't strategize anymore. So the nerf, what got nerfed in Sanctum is that one second, I will go for this. It will be less likely to get Chaos Orbs as a reward or Divine Orbs as a reward type. And then also the number of Divine Orbs that you can get on the 3rd floor, which that nerf is minor, like you wouldn't get Divine Orbs regularly on the 3rd floor anyways. But it will be less likely to get Divines in the first place, so I don't know how hard that nerf is. Like, they didn't specify, they just said less. So it could be a 50% nerf or a 20% nerf or a 90% nerf, who knows. Vision is always good. This is also like a feel good, especially if you are like new to Sanctum. Monsters deal less damage, so it's less deadly, especially for Lycia. So I will take those two. And I have even more boons here. Yeah, from the 3rd floor on, I will prioritize rewards. And the better you get, and the better your gear gets, you can prioritize rewards more and more. But yeah, as I said, at the beginning I would prioritize boons and avoid afflictions. That way you are safe. And as you can see, my enemy guardian is safe, my golem doesn't die. I'll take the boon. Oh, there was, I think, a major boon, but it's one of the worst boons. Gain 10 Aurea coins when you lose resolve from a hit, so I will not proc that often. I think what will still be very, very potent currency is actually alterations. You will get more alterations than ever, and you can sell those alterations to all those min-maxers who go for recombinator crafts. They will use a ton of recombinators, and I think that will still be meta in this upcoming league. Although they nerf recombinators also, still will be pretty good starting wise. I always focus this guy first.
These are flesh vessels, just like you.
Okay, I killed them both at the same time. But this one, like, the boss works like you kill one and then the other heals back to 100 life and enrages, gets more potent abilities. And this one throws like a ball and then spawn random projectiles, which are sometimes you get hit by those. This guy just you just have to leap slam, and if he does like the charge attack, there will be arrows on the floor, and you just avoid those arrows, and then you are fine. So, but many people focus this guy first and kill this guy second. You will have to learn that by yourself, which one you like more. Yeah. So the third floor is where you start seeing exalted orbs, divine orbs, and annuls. So now it's more important to focus on the rewards. But then again, like, this is bad, this is whatever. You can still go for the handshake because the handshake reward is also potentially divine or exalted orb. So, and this doesn't, we don't have any relics, so this is a free affliction. I'll use this one. Yeah, as you can see, I don't bother picking up the gold chests. You can, and I recommend that early on, but it saves time if you don't. So that's also something that you need to think about, because the more sanctums you can do per hour, the more currency you make, of course. With like good gear, I tend to finish sanctums in like 18 minutes, something like that. Yeah. As you can see, I still have 100 inspiration, so I didn't get hit at all. No. Oh, this is a good trade-off. So now, actually, because I already have like 200 inspiration and only 37 resolve left, I can actually get all those boons, and that is the good thing about handshakes. That's how you get a lot of inspiration and a lot of boons. And yeah, Orb of Fusings, for example, if you get more Orb of Fusings in the League start, then that is of course also really good. So I don't know, I don't think that Sanctum will be dead. I think early on it will still be a really good currency generator, but the thing is that late game it probably isn't viable to compete with really good endgame strategies. But yeah, also in hardcore you can't push as quickly as possible, and then Sanctum becomes more viable again, I think. But yeah, it's a risk, of course. It could be the case that it's like nerfed to the ground and it's really, really not profitable. But GGG seldomly does that, I think. Like, I mean, they want people to play this content. And also, what if less people play this content, there are at the end of the Sanctum, when you kill Lycia, you get a unique relic, which often provides you with a item that you can get if you complete a challenge Sanctum. And those items will be, of course, more expensive if less people are going for Sanctum. So there's like a really good jewel that you can get. There's a really good helmet that you can get for spellcasters that want to go crit. There is one of the most expensive items in the game, Original Sin, which you can get. Yeah, lots of stuff. And as you can see, I just jump around and the build is really good at Sanctum. Don't know, maybe this one. Doesn't really matter. This is not bad at all.
Feed the beast all that
And the
it
buff
desires.
gives me even more inspiration. I have enough boons, so getting no coins from chests is not a bad thing. And I can get another boon. And yeah. Now, of course, don't waste time to open chests anymore, since they don't even give you any benefit. Oh, I didn't have that for that room. Anyways. Yeah, you want 2 penance brands, since you can attach 2 penance brands per enemies. That's why I cast it 2 times. And then you can also cast the Assassin's Mark on the enemy for more damage. You're not crit cap in this early stage of the build. Later on you barely need the Assassin's Mark anymore. The Galvanic Field is to give you power charges, which you, as you can see, don't really need. Maybe for Lycia if I think about it. Now I talked about it, so I will think about it. The way you use that is you press it, and then the next penance brand you do will proc. And this boss, like, you avoid the first slash attack by just walking around. Then you put down the penance brand, and then you jump here. You will get hit maybe once or twice, and then you jump away, and then you should be dead. Yeah, I already made like 1 level, and I will make another level. So yeah, the XP is pretty decent. Nice. So this probably wouldn't be here next league because of the nerf, but still. Any divines? Yeah. So now you kind of want to, of course, if you see divines, if the affliction is not game breaking, you kind of want to go for it. Yeah, I can go for the boon. And yeah, that's also, of course, like, I this run prioritize boons heavily. But the less you have to prioritize boons, the more currency you will make. And that is even after the nerf, of course. So, yeah. I don't know. I kind of repeat myself, but oh, this is a good example for the all-seeing eye. So now the whole Sanctum is revealed. These rooms are not revealed because we can't go there anymore. So now, once you have that, you can like scout all the rewards. So the way you do this is you prioritize rewards, divines. There are no other divines, and then you want to prioritize handshakes, because in handshakes you can also get divines. And then you want to avoid the bad rooms. The bad rooms is desecrated crypts on the 4th floor. That can get tricky, especially for beginners. Once you did like a few sanctums, I think desecrated crypts is also not a problem anymore. And the third thing you would want to avoid is, of course, bad afflictions. Yeah, that's how you do the 4th floor. This one is actually not bad. The really dangerous desecrated chamber one is the one with lasers. Maybe I would try to go for the desecrated chambers room again. Maybe we get it, so I can demonstrate it. So these are like meteors that fly. Now you can walk over it, but once they land, then is the time where you get the damage. Let's go for the mine. But yeah, I'm pretty safe. I have a lot of inspiration, still some resolve. So the affliction with the more resolve lost is not that bad, and I don't get hit in the first place most of the time. And if you get hit from time to time, it also doesn't matter. You can still succeed the run, and you don't get one shot with this build, so that's fine. Okay, go for the handshake. Excuse me. Yeah, if you are like at the end of the run and you feel confident, don't even bother dodging stuff. Doesn't matter.
You stare into the abyss.
You really want to avoid random afflictions. Like handshakes with random afflictions is kind of a no-go, because you can get really bad afflictions and then that will ruin your run. So always be safe. Don't take the risk. Like some of my friends tend to take that and they suffer from it. Rewards are unknown is actually countered by the all-seeing eye. This is also not bad. What you can do when you get the affliction, you can just remove all the flasks, and then you are not tempted to press them. Since I have so much inspiration, I will actually press them from time to time. It doesn't matter. Oh, this is another desecrated chamber, but it's the skull. Here you can't leap slam over the skull. If you leap slam over the skull, I can demonstrate it, you will burn and lose inspiration. But if you are frost blinking over it, you don't lose any inspiration. So yeah. Now I leap slammed again, that was bad. So you can see, like in one room you can lose quite a bit of inspiration if you don't focus. But we still should be fine. The reduced movement speed is kinda bad, especially for the last fight, so I want to avoid it. Alright, let's see if we can get one more. Oh, we can. Oh, the duplication boon. Nice. Let's go. And we are faster.
Yes.
Here you want to put the things. Jump. Put the essence mark. When she does this attack, make sure to get rid of the buff. I'm talking a little bit much, but yeah. Don't step on the red carpet, it hurts you. And here you want to run in circles. Very easy to dodge.
You cannot escape that gaze.
Just stay behind her and the stuff doesn't hurt. So when you remove the buff, you get a lot of energy shield back, and it makes you survive better. That's why I said at the beginning of the fight, do it. Here also, if you do get the wave, sometimes you don't get the wave phase because you do too much damage, sometimes you get it. And if you get the wave phase, also remove the energy blade buff to be more survivable. I will try to get the wave phase. Let's see.
You will know pain.
Always run in circles and nothing should hit you. Oh yeah, we get it. So now I press and only move if you have to. That is the way. And start in this corridor because the vision is better, and then just dodge. This is now really easy because I got the movement speed buff. And now after she finished it, I will put back on the energy blade buff, and now she will die.
You have accomplished nothing.
And you see, like, I got a level and almost another level. So much XP. Yeah, that's the Sanctum. I hope you guys will make a lot of currency still. Like even if I don't get these 2 divines, right? Maybe I got like even without this, I still made 21 chaos, 20 fusings, no, 33 fusings, some alterations. So I still made uh, good enough currency, I think. Like, if the tome costs you like 5 chaos, I think it's good to go. If people want to sell you the tomes for 20 chaos, then don't do Sanctum, of course. But yeah, if the prices are correct and you get like tomes for like 1 to 5 chaos, then this should be totally fine. I think you will make decent currency, and maybe once every 3 tomes you will get like 1 or 2 divines, and then you can get like your items that you want for your second build, or if you want to progress this build, if you are like in softcore and want to go for the Ivory Tower Barbala setup, you can still do this. I will also make another video where I take this character into maps. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. The difference between Captain Lance and me is I focus on hardcore, so it will be more hardcore friendly. You will die less often, and I think I also use Val Arc, and so I use 2 spells, one for clear, one for single target, but since you do so much damage, you can do it on 2 4-links. This is like a 5-link and a 4-link Ghost Wraith. Okay, if you like my content, subscribe and like the video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.